Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Reenie and this is the Enchanted Planner. Today I'm going to show you how to make your own stickers. A lot of the planning supplies can be quite spendy, and if you are on a fairly limited budget, people need other options, so I'm happy to provide because I'm also by nature kind of thrifty. I will insert into this video a little screen recording I have done to show you where I get these images from. Hello, you guys. Okay, so this is the goods. This is where we find the goods. I'm going to give you two sites today that I use. So one is Pixabay. It's Pixaba dot or ABA dot. Oh my lord. Pixabay.com. And this is a free for personal use. You don't need to worry about any issues because you're just using them for your own individual planners. If you're using them for selling the images, then that's a whole other conversation about commercial licenses and whatnot. But so long as you're using them for personal use, they're free for personal use. So let's head in here and we're going to search for flowers. And in this right hand side of the search bar, there is a drop down menu you want to access. If I can get it to work. Come on. Okay, so I'm trying to do this in landscape so it works better with the video. I've filmed it a couple of times in vertical. It didn't work. So in this case, we're going to choose illustrations. And this will pull up a whole bunch of images and pages and pages and pages of images that you may want to just use. So this is the one site I use, and you can search, you can filter the search using either illustrations or vectors, and that will pull up the type of images that you're looking for. And I just download them and save them to my computer and edit them in the software that comes naturally with the laptop, right? So the next one we're going to go to is FreePik. Now, FreePik has both a paid version and a free version. The free version is absolutely fantastic as well. As most of you know, I run a fitness business. I own a fitness business, so I need a lot of stock photos. So I have the paid version, but I've been playing around with the free version and there's still tons in here. So let's go. With Christmas coming up, we're going to go with gnomes. Okay. And here we'll search, and then we're going to filter this. So in this, with gnomes, you probably don't really need to filter too much, but just for reference, over here is where you would filter. And on this site, you would want to go to, look at this, all this stuff. But you would want to choose vectors on this side. Okay, so we'd go to vectors and then apply. And this will bring up pages and pages and pages to use. So if we look at the first image coming up in the list, it's on the left hand side here, there's 8 little gnomes. So in that case, because I would want to use all of them, I would download it and save it to my computer. And then I would use my computer's default photo editing program to crop each individual gnome to his own image and save it like that. And then once I've done all of that, I just open Word and I insert them into Word and I resize them from there to what I think I'm going to need. I can't give you specific dimensions because some I use are bigger sizes and smaller sizes. You just sort of have to play around with things. What I do is once I've got it all set up, I'll print out a test page on just inexpensive printer paper. And if I'm satisfied with that, I will either print it out on high quality 32-pound printer paper or directly onto sticker or label paper, if you will, the label paper. If I've got a full sheet of it and I'm not going to use, or I'm not going to waste a ton of label paper. Most of the time I just use printer paper because I can run it through my Xyron or use my Zig two-way pen to adhere them to the page. But this is two really good resources to find images that you can use, and just really, it's a little bit of elbow grease, if you will, but it's free, other than a little bit of printer ink and a little bit of elbow grease, and it's a win-win situation. So I'll see you on the flip side when we get back to the video. Okay, so as you see, I have, I'm going to use these in an upcoming spread. So I just figured I would, for sake of expediency, we would only do a couple. Oops, my watch is coming undone. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. So when you're making your own stickers this way, you really don't need a large amount of tools. You need some printer paper or sticker paper if you're so inclined, and a printer, a pair of scissors, and some kind of glue. Really, at the end of the day, that is all you need. So this glue is Zig two-way glue, and I like this for certain applications. This one's almost out of juice. I've got another one in the drawer. When it's blue, it is a permanent bond. When it goes to a clear, like if you let it dry and it goes clear, it's a removable or a repositionable bond. So I love the Zig two-way marker. The other options, it would be a little bit more of an investment if you were so inclined, although they're getting hard to find, is things like the Xyron sticker makers. I have 3 sizes. These are quite old. Well, this one I bought last year, I think, at Michael's because I couldn't find my other X, but I did find it when I was clearing out my craft room last week. So these are fantastic for smaller pieces. I have a bigger one, which does pieces that are, how big is that? How big is that? Where's my ruler? That do pieces that are like probably 3.5, 4 inches wide. And I have one that's in the middle of these, but I can't find refills for the size that's in the middle. So it's kind of annoying. And it looks like Xyron has completely overhauled their sticker makers. So the one, if you look on the Xyron site, I will leave a link in the bottom. I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget. They won't look like this. These are probably 15 years old, I guess. These are from Days as a Scrapbooker. So those are what I use as adhesives, and they all have their place. But if you're looking for minimal investment, really all you need is a printer, some paper, and some kind of glue. And these in Canada run about $4, so they're probably about $2, $3 in the US, if so. So while we're chatting, I'm going to cut out a couple of these will be used, as I mentioned, if I didn't mention, in an upcoming spread, or trying to think of when these post. Yeah, nope, these will be used in an upcoming spread. So I just fussy cut them. This also, because a lot of people can't really afford the investment of something like a Cricut. So there's always ways around. And if you notice from the screen recording I gave you, there is a wealth of images to be used for personal use. And it's not like you're, making money off of them. You're just using them in your planner. So I'm not going to be overly careful with this cut because I'm trying to save on time. Well, I'm careful with it, but normally I would go in. Actually, I probably will go in because that's going to drive me a bit bonkers. So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to trim in between the blades of grass a bit. Okay. And I'll leave those. All right, so we're going to take those off the side because those are now refuge. And then I have a gnome. See, when we search for the gnomes, I already had an idea in mind. Although I didn't need Christmas gnomes, I needed autumn gnomes. So we're just going to quickly cut him out. These are my Cutter Bee scissors. They are fantastic. You can find them on Amazon. You can find them in most craft stores or scrapbooking stores. They have a non-stick surface or a less stick surface. I do find that the stickers still kind of stick to them, but it doesn't get super gummy like regular scissors. So they've got like, I think it's a Teflon coating on them. I've had these for years too. Oh no, I have these. These are my recent set because I couldn't find my original ones, which were yellow. So I ended up buying a second set and I got these off Amazon. Okay, so we have a gnome and some mushrooms cut out, right? So we're gonna run those through the small Xyron because there's not much sense being smaller images, although I think this is going to be, you gonna fit? Oh, well, I might be able to sneak you through. I'm kind of, you know, will you go through without getting damaged? Yeah, you're too big. I can't get you to catch. Damn it. That's okay. I will just use the Zig 2A marker on that. But we have our gnome. So we're just going to slip our little gnome in here, right? And then we're just going to pull this through. And yeah, it says on the top of it, it says rub and peel. Now with the Xyron, what I also generally do, I don't have my stylus down here, but a pencil will work. I will go around all of the edges to make sure that the adhesive from the backing stays on the backing and it's not sticky. I still find sometimes they do end up a bit sticky around the edges, but it's not bad. Then we just peel away, and now we have a gnome sticker, right? The sticker. Perfect. So Xyron, I'll link you the site. There's, I had to get the refills for the X off of the site because apparently you can't get them in Canada anymore all of a sudden. I mean, it's stupid. I bought one at Michael's last year, but can't get the refills this year. Like, what? So because we have this out, I'm going to, will this fit? It will not. I would normally glue him down and stick him to that, but you know what we can do? We're going to stick him to some wax paper so I can show you what this looks like. All right, so here's a small piece of wax paper. I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up, but we're going to give it a try. So if I'm spreading this out like this, you sort of depress on the thing. When it comes out, you can't really see it. It's a little on the blue side. This one's almost out of juice as well, so it's not going to be super blue because it's getting really low. But it is, for sense and purpose, it's now a sticker. Okay? Perfect. All right, so we have our gnome and we have that. Now the next thing I'm going to show you that we can use to make our own stickers is stamps. Stamps are a wonderful resource for stickers. Okay, I've got a couple of stamps out. I've got my Christmas gnomes and I've pulled some florals. I haven't actually used these, but I have used these. So let's pull one of these guys out and we will talk about the difference between pigment and dye-based inks. And then there's also solvent-based inks, which are things like StazOn. We don't need anything as robust as StazOn for this. We're just going to use pigment inks. We're going to try one of each. Pigment inks, it's a wetter. Which one do I want to do? Let's do the one with the reindeer ears. Pigment inks. Where's my blocks? These are acrylic blocks. I have several of them because we need different sizes for different stamps. This is actually too small for him, but I'm going to, what's in my other one? Oh, this is fine. Oh, no, it's not fine. I got to use the big one. Okay, back to the drawing board. We're just going to line him up on the back of this. Pigment inks are wet. They take longer to dry, which is why they're perfect for embossing. I'm going to use a dye-based ink to do the stamping because it'll dry quicker. So we're just going to tap. Oops, let's not try and get stamp. this problem yesterday when I was testing this out too. Normally I just tap, tap, tap away, but okay, I got it all over the rest of the stamp. Hopefully it doesn't make a mess. So we're just gonna lay him down and we're gonna apply even pressure across the top. And then we're gonna pull it up. And then we have our little happy gnome. Now to clean the stamps, I went and bought stamp cleaner yesterday and it's bunk. So I'm trying my best with these, but I'm gonna have to go and get some different stamp cleaner because that one is garbage. It's way too thick. Really way too thick. Okay, so just gonna clean off that stamp. Okay, and you can color in these or you can leave them just as line drawings. There's so much that can be done with stamping, like so much that can be done with stamping. Let's try one of the florals. Like I said, I haven't used these. So let's take a look and see what these look like. Let's try this little one here. That probably can go onto the smaller block. Yes, it can. Okay. I have a ton of stamps. They're all wooden. So the irony to it all is, you know, everything is moved to acrylic stamps now, or polymer stamps. Acrylic blocks, like I can't even, it's all slippery. I don't like the stamp cleaner at all. Yeah, everything has moved to this clear, which is fantastic because you can actually see where it is. But on the other side, I think I actually removed some of the ink. I wasn't trying to do that. I just want it stamped. Okay, let's see what that looks like on the paper. Again, apply even pressure. Remove it. No, I don't like this stamp very much. Okay, we're just going to clean that off and put it back on the sheet. And then we're going to cut those out. And again, like I said, the world is your oyster. If you want to invest a little bit of time and, oh, I did that wrong. It's supposed to go this way. Yeah, the world is your oyster. If you want to invest just a little bit of time, like investment wise, yes, stamps are a bit more. That's why I generally steer people in the direction of just going to the stock photo places that I showed you guys, because then you've got tons of options and you just need to print them out and it's a little bit of elbow grease. And you're good to go and golden. I don't really like that floral, but we will cut out our little dude here. Now, normally I would color him in, but I don't want this video to be too long. These tips and trick videos, I want to sort of be fairly succinct, right? I want to basically get in here, get her done, and get you guys on your way with all of your own ideas. So we're just going to quickly fussy cut him out. He's so cute. I can't wait to use these for Christmas. Now, when I will share something with you, when I'm stamping or planning to stamp in my planner, when I'm using things like this, I usually do a few test stamps because if I haven't stamped for a while, I'm a bit rusty on the pressure application and the ink deposits and, you know, little things here and there that, you know, if you're doing it all the time, you're fine. But if you don't, you get a little bit rusty. And with things like this, I would rather stamp onto paper and then cut it out and then adhere it to my planner pages. as opposed to stamping directly on the planner pages. I'm just a little gun shy. Like if I stamp and oops, what am I gonna do? I kind of messed up my spread for the week. I don't know if he'll fit. Oh, he will just barely fit. Okay, so we're gonna turn him into a sticker. Right? Just rip it off, rub, and I'll give it a little bit of a Bob's your uncle around the edges, just to make sure. Then we're just gonna peel off the backing. Oops, if I can get the backing. And a sticker has been made. And I can still color him in easily, right? You can use either Tombows or Copic markers or just regular Crayolas or pencil crayons. I mean, most of us have, you know, pencil crayons hanging around the house. Okay, how do you think, you guys? So you got a few options, and I've got a few more in this series planned, but it gives you a few options on how you can make your own stickers. And really, at the end of the day, the world's your oyster. If you can dream it up, you can create it. I mean, you could even draw your own stuff if you're so inclined and then print it out and just do what I've done. Now, the other thing I forgot to show you is the True Block label paper. Which one are you? So this one, nope, too many of them. I do use these on occasion. They're 8.5 by 11 True Block, which means that you can't see through them, sticker paper. I also have transparent sticker paper, but I don't really like it because it's got this weird sheen to it, so I prefer this one. But I will, if I know I'm going to do a whole sheet of something, I will print it onto here because it eliminates the step of having to put adhesive on the back of them. I took my gnome with me. So yeah, but gives you a few ideas on, you know, things you can do to keep costs down, because we love this hobby, but it can get expensive really, really quickly. Right? Gosh. I think that's a wrap, you guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're interested in more of these types of videos where it's tips and tricks or DIYs or, you know, little hacks here and there, because I'm generally kind of full of them. I come up with some good ones, I tell you. I think I'm going to do a couple more in this series off the top of my head that I can think of. And then, yeah, I'm very open to feedback on things you would like to see, because I'm having a rush. I love this. It's so much fun creating content for you guys. Have a fantastic week, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now. Ciao.